Ain't the fame that I'm after when paying the dues. I've been through the pain that's reflected in the attitude. Might be winning now, but the thing is that I had to lose. So go and tell me what you really want to do. And lonely at the top, cause there ain't a lot of room. Ain't no other option, that's all I ever knew. So I'ma get it poppin', you know how I'ma do. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah. They know I'm going all in.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Niner Boys podcast. We are live, all the way live with my boy Pete and my boy Brandon. Gentlemen, how are we doing today, Pete?
What's going on, Beto? I'm really good right now. Like all the speculation is over, draft is over. Now all we got looking forward to is training camp and getting this IU contract. So I'm good. How you fellas feeling?
Doing good. Brandon, how are you doing, sir?
Doing well. Sorry about the blur. Internet's not doing well right now. But other than that, we're good. Draft's over. Speculations about Ayuk and Debo's over. They're still here, which is I'm happy about. But ready for training camp to start and get this party started.
Right on, everyone. Well, welcome to our channel. Appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are amazing, and we're looking forward for a wonderful podcast today. We have so much to talk about. We're going to talk about all the prospects the Niners drafted. We're not really going to talk about the undrafted ones, but we're going to talk about all 8 drafted prospects. We're going to tell you my view, Pete's view, and Brandon's view, and we're going to have some fun tonight. So hope everyone is ready and got your popcorn ready. No, hold on, guys. Hello, test. Okay, there we go. You guys sounded really low. I sounded low. So let me go ahead and say hi, everybody, in the chat real quick. We got Daniel Barry Sports in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. We got my beautiful goddaughter, Jade. How you doing, mija? Nino loves you. And then we got our boy, Dion from Niner Gang
Dion?
Podcast. What's up, Dion?
What's up, Pete?
Good to see you. So, gentlemen, the draft came and went. Some of you may be happy with all the draft picks, some of the draft picks, or none of them. I kind of have an idea that Pete is going to talk somewhere along the offensive line prospects. He'll give, based on what I've seen on X, I got a feeling we're going to have a nice conversation with Pete when it comes to the linemen that we took, or perhaps the linemen that we didn't take. We'll get into depth on that. Daniel Cantu, I see you, brother. I see you, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome to the podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Make sure to subscribe to all of our podcasts. All our information are in the description below. Make sure to hit that. Pete, I'll start with you real quick. We're going to talk one prospect at a time. You know what? Let me go ahead and play the video, and then we can talk about the prospects. That way we can kind of get an idea what we're talking about. Are you guys ready to see all our draft picks? Let's go ahead and go there and play the video. Enjoy the video, guys.
Yes, sir.
Our first, Ricky Pearsall.
Mertz to Pearsall. What a catch! Perfect in the bread basket.
Look at that guy. Ooh-wee.
Since thrown an incompletion yet, he's 4 for 4. Going to the air again. That pass is high. Oh, what a one-handed grab by Pearsall. time. He's going to take a shot. Wide open is Pearsall. And he's
This is a bad boy right here. It's going to be nice to have him down in the middle, in the slot.
Mertz on first down. Wide open. Pearsall going into the end zone. And let's see where they mark this to touchdown, Florida.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about those two guys real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll see two other prospects. So the first one that we seen was drafted in the 31st pick in the first round. We picked Ricky Pearsall from the Gators, Florida Gators, as a slot receiver. I'll begin with you on Pete on this one, and then I'll bring the next one. We can have Brandon start on that one. What were your thoughts of the receiver that we picked up? And let us know how you felt. And then now that we have him, whether you like that pick or not, how beneficial can that pick be for us?
Well, I think everybody was really surprised by the pick. I don't think it was just me that was surprised, but I've got the vibe as it was coming down the gate that there was a lot of rumbling before the draft that they were talking about going wide receiver, and I didn't put anything past the 49ers because, as we all know, and we've talked about many times in the past, the 49ers they don't pick anybody that you think there's no mock draft that is going to match what the 49ers are going to pick on draft day. None. Because they have their own unique way of navigating the draft and picking and getting their guys in their own time and fashion. And honestly, I don't think anybody's kind of figured out who a 49er type of guy really is. But as far as Pearsall, he's a good player. And he's probably going to end up really good for this offense. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't disappointed by not getting an offensive lineman. They could have had Jackson Powers Johnson or Kingsley, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, Kingsley went later on, like way into the second round." But that's where Pearsall was supposed to go. So, it doesn't really matter to me. I just thought that I think our offensive line is still thin. I mean, we got some depth in the draft, but the Pearsall pick, I mean, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good with it. I think that the 49ers are going to win a lot of regular season games. I think that he's going to add a dynamic to this offense that may force Shanahan to change the way he thinks about the drop back game. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, I mean, if it gets Shanahan to change how he thinks about the drop back game, and we get more of a quick game and more speed, because that's what I saw in this draft is they add a lot of speed. So if we can add some more speed, faster plays, and that kind of stuff, then I'm all for it. I think Pearsall is a good player. He's very athletic, tough guy. He makes the blocks when he's. I mean, he's no Juwan Jennings, but he makes effort. He puts effort into his blocks. He also doesn't drop balls. Pause. But I mean, he's just a really good player. So I mean, it's a really solid pick. I can't get mad at the pick, but I am a little disappointed that they didn't get the offensive lineman that I thought an offensive tackle, I should say.
Got you, and I hear you. And we're going to break that down as well. Brandon, we saw both videos of Pearsall, which our boy Pete broke down. I want to have you break down our second pick at 64, getting Renardo Green out of Florida State Seminoles as a corner. I want to know what your thoughts. Was it a good pick? And give me your point of the pick itself, and then tell us, now that he's here, whether it was your pick or not, how beneficial can he be to the team?
Yeah, I thought it was a good pick. Looking at his tape, he looks pretty dominant on field and in man coverage, especially. Notice that the Niners picked a lot of Florida State guys too. I thought that was kind of crazy.
The Rams too.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I thought it was a good pick for me. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, and I think we're kind of talking about it on Nothing But Niners during the draft, and we were kind of saying like he might be on the inside on defense possibly, but I mean we'll see, man. I'm excited to see it. He has some good film on him, and yeah, I mean he looks very, very good at that position. So
yeah. I'm with you guys. Everybody that's coming in, Kenny, welcome. Crazy Guy, welcome. Jason, Captain Niner, welcome. My Uso brother, my lovely wife Renee, welcome. My thoughts on both prospects, and I'll keep it short since you guys already broke it down, and then we'll move on to two more prospects. On the receiver, I had a feeling the Niners were going to take a receiver or two. Didn't know which receivers, of course. And once we picked up I kind of knew of him, but not too much. And I started looking at his video, breaking it down, and I was pretty impressed. I'm not a big guy on the, no pun intended, guys, shut up. I'm not a big guy on the whole issue of where you get picked. Bill Walsh said he was always annoyed when people made a statement like, he's okay for a second round, but he's better as a third round. The player is the same, whether you take him or not. I know there's more value higher, and I know there's other players that can be taken, other spots that can be more utilized in the roster. I understand all that, but what people don't understand sometimes is that whether the Niners wanted to take Pearsall in the first round or not, they felt that he wouldn't be there at 64 or 63, which was the original pick of the Niners before they moved down with the Chiefs. They thought that he wouldn't have made it that far. And if you notice, they milked the clock. So I got to believe the Niners were trying to move back and pick him in the second round where they thought there was more value. And some people say it's an overreach. I don't think it is. He was not projected to go in the first, but he was projected to go in the 40s, 45. So was it a big leap? I don't think so. I think the Niners tried to move back They didn't find a partner they wanted to move back with. They felt that receivers are starting to go off the board or would go off the board, and he would not be there at 63. So they went ahead and pulled the trigger. Now, if he works out and it's great for a roster, it doesn't matter where he gets drafted. If he doesn't work out, that's when the issue becomes more noticeable. Like, oh man, we blew it again. And then with the second pick, Ronaldo, I'm a big Florida State Seminole guy. So I've been watching him all year. I think this kid is special. Is he that shutdown corner? No. Is he that sideline to sideline type of corner? You can switch side. You can switch sides. He can play. He can play inside. Preferably, I think he's going to be outside. He's a press man corner. He loves to press, and that's something we need man to man. I think Lenore might be the one that stays inside, and I think the combination of Green, Lenore, and Ward are going to be pretty special. So I'm excited for those picks. Now, I had my guys that I wanted, but we don't always get what we want, so we have to kind of, all right, who did they pick and how did they work for our team, and then look at their film and see how they can benefit us. So let's go on to the next two prospects, and then we'll break it down again like we did, and then we'll talk about them. So here we go.
Can I say something about Renardo?
Yeah, go for it.
Real quick. So,
No, you can't. Just kidding.
Well, when that pick
What's
happened,
up, Jess?
I mean, I think it's important that we mention that Rosengarten got the 49ers absolutely were trying to trade up at that spot at that time, and nobody would trade with him. I thought that was very interesting. Is that they couldn't get anybody to trade because I believe that they were trying to trade up to get Rosengarten, and then of course the Ravens took him right in front of them, and then they just completely and then they decided to trade back and let KC take Sumataya, which I thought was interesting, and then they took Renardo, but I want to bring up the. Croc on Locked On said, because I love listening to him talk about receivers and defensive backs, and he made an interesting point that he's a press man. He's a press man guy. He's great in press man, but the question is can he play off? And which is majority of what the 49ers play, and they don't play a ton of press man. So and off of what Croc said. I seem to remember when we picked Ambry Thomas a couple of years ago, he was a press man corner. He was a guy that we were talking about was going to be physical, and he talked a whole bunch of junk after he was drafted, and
couldn't back it up. Though.
And then he struggled. He struggled for to get with the whole playing off coverage. So I'm wary about the pick. I like the kid. I love the mentality, and I love that he can play press man. But it's just good that we are so deep at the position that even if we can't get him on the field right away, maybe he has time to learn.
Yeah, hopefully that they'll be able to work with him, and having the kid Stanley, the coach that we brought up, he's a back coach. Hopefully he can develop him, and it's mainly a little bit of help in 2024, but they're looking at him for 2025 when we're going to need to. Some of these corners are not going to be here; they're going to move on, or are we going to be able to pay Ward? Is he going to price himself out if he has another Pro Bowl year? And those are the things they're looking at. So we'll see how it works out. That definitely was our second pick. Now we're going to talk a little bit about our third pick. And you know what? Let's break it down, and I'll show the video afterwards, and we'll do it that way. So our next pick is Dominic Pooney out of Kansas, college out of Kansas. This guy's has played for the most part left tackle, left guard, some right guard, some left guard. And then on the Senior Bowl, he was allowed to take snaps as a center, and he did pretty good against a lot of good players in the Seniors Bowl. I like this kid. This is a big guy. He's what, 6'5", 320 pounds. He's 24. And I noticed the Niners took a lot. I know the whole COVID, the whole 5-year, 6-year plan because of COVID, but they took a lot of experienced players that played a lot. It's like they don't want to take chances anymore, whether the player works out or not. They're looking at someone that could play right away, plug and play. Now, he does have shorter arms, so I think he was more fit as a guard in the Niners' offensive system. Brandon, I'm going to let you talk about him, and then Pete, you can finish it off, and then we'll watch the video, and then we'll talk about our next prospect. So what are your thoughts when you heard the Niners take this guy?
I actually really like the pick, especially because he practically plays every single position on the line. So that kind of helps us out a lot too. I could probably see him playing right guard, most likely. But we'll see for sure as training camp approaches and everything like that. But just looking at his tape, man, he looks pretty dominant, and he's one that could protect your quarterback the most. He kind of reminds me of Trent Williams in a way. So I was excited about this pick, and I'm looking forward to him starting out there and being on the field and helping out the O-line and protecting Brock, because that's for sure what we needed last year, especially in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Your thoughts, Pete?
I agree with Brandon. There is one stat, and Kenny Culp. What's going on, Kenny? I just realized who he was. But they said they had an interesting stat about his 3-cone and about the 3 cones with offensive linemen in general, and that the 3-cone is like the most telling statistic that you can to projecting towards good offensive linemen, and he just happens to have a really top 3-cone time. So I hope that that's what that means. I think that this is a depth piece, that this is an obvious depth piece, and that maybe they could be grooming him so that once again for 2025 maybe he takes over for Feliciano. Or maybe mid-year, who knows? But at least they'll have experienced, even though he's a rookie, they'll have like a guy that's played a lot of snaps coming behind those offensive linemen, and he's played every single position across the line at some point or another. So, I think that the pick was good. I was glad to see them take an offensive lineman, I'll be honest, because they obviously needed depth there. And so that is a good. I thought it was a good pick.
Yeah, me as well. Let's watch the video and get hyped about this kid. See what this kid can do. What's up, David? All right. That was the video. What's up, David Corona? Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up,
Good
David?
to see you guys. All those in the chat, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe for all of our channels. Make sure to follow each and every one of us. All the information are in the description below. We appreciate you guys. All right, so the next kid on the block is safety. Malik Mustafa, drafted in the 4th round, pick 124. He's 5'11", 207 pounds, out of Wake Forest. I like this pick. I seen a video on this pick. The kid is a missile. He hits. Hopefully they can work with him in the sense of covering. His coverage is not that great, but the boy can hit. I can only picture him with Jair Brown and Hufanga on the field when they go 3 safety depth. What are your thoughts, Pete, on this kid?
Well, just what you said. Like he is a missile coming out of the defensive backfield, and he's going to play close to the line of scrimmage. I'm assuming that's the way they're going to use him if he gets on the field as a rookie. I thought it was an interesting pick because I know that they liked him. Everybody knew that they liked this kid. They kept talking about him over and over again. The only thing that gave me pause on it is the fact that another strong safety. He, like you said, he's not big on coverage, and it's so I thought that the 49ers needed somebody that could play that single high position eventually, and then you, just so everybody's clear, Renardo Green played some safety as well, so that's always a possibility. That's always a possibility as well. But but other than that, I think this guy's just a good football player. And he is a typical 49er type of safety, like likes to hit hard, and he's a tough guy, and he wants to set a tone. And in that instance, I mean, he's definitely a 49er.
Absolutely. What do you want to add there, Senor Brandon?
Yeah, I was pretty excited about this pick just because, like Pete said, this guy is a hard hitter. He just fits our type of criteria that we have in San Francisco, and we love hitting hard. So him being out there along with Demo and Ward and everybody, like he's gonna be fun to watch, and you'll see in this clip that we show you guys right after this.
Yeah, he's a hard hitter, bro, and I agree with you guys. I think this kid might be one of the best picks in the draft for me. I like a lot of them. I love the running back, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this kid, I think he'll be special. I can't wait to see him and see how they can implement it in the. Is this guy going to be able to come in kind of like Jair Brown did? Is Hufanga going to be ready week 1? We shall see. But let's watch the video, and then we'll break down our next candidate coming up. Enjoy the clip. Why they put Louisville on their shirt, I don't know.
Swap meet edits.
I love the way he hits, man.
Sure tackler.
I love the way this kid hit. What's up, Leon? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, my friend. I love this way this kid hits. We're going to talk about that receiver in a few minutes. So hang in there, brother. I like this pick as well. We got Steve-O in the house. What's up, Steve-O? Welcome to the show. Welcome. Neon says, Kyle tried to use Debo on that play last year, and it didn't work. I think he wants to and scouted the best acceleration in the draft. The fast he would this whole draft. I don't know about you guys, but it was speed.
It was all about speed.
And I like that. I definitely like that. And we'll see what happens. Our next guy on the screen is going to be a running back. That clocked a 4.33. The guy was the fastest. Hold on. It was the fastest running back taken by us. We actually moved up, gave up two number 5s to get him. And this kid is special. What are your thoughts? Brandon, I'll start with you and then I'll give it to Pete. What are your thoughts when they drafted this 6'1", 225 monster that runs really, really fast on Isaac Guerrero?
So I actually liked this pick just because we saw last year, right? Especially in the Super Bowl, that first drive where CMC could have taken it to the house, but because he wasn't that fast, we weren't able to take it to the house. So this guy right here, this motherfucker is fast as fuck. I think this is the reason why they drafted this guy, especially to make it a little 1-2 punch with CMC, and I feel like we'll see a lot more from Isaac this coming up season than I think Mitchell. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I think he might take Mitchell's spot. To be honest.
Yeah. Before I pass it to Pete, one of the things I like about him, and one of the things I don't, is his cone wasn't that great. That means he's not a really good. He doesn't shake off defenders. He's not going to sit there and cut right off the bat. This guy's a straight runaway train. If you don't catch him as he breaks through the defense, the front four or the linebackers, once he gets into the backfield, this guy can move and can take you down to the house. But he's not going to give you that, shake and bake that the Niners like Christian McCaffrey, does. So this guy's a one-shot shooter, but if he breaks through, man, this guy has speed. What are your thoughts, Senor Pete, on this guy when we drafted him?
Well, I've been talking about Guerrero since a little bit before the combine hit, and this guy is just like you were talking about. He's a blazer. And I like to call him a space eater, because at Louisville he didn't get the greatest of blocking, but what would happen is when he would get a hole, he would just eat up space so fast that he would still end up getting tackled, but it was all or nothing with him, and either he was getting tackled or he was taking it to the house. And everybody wants to compare him to Mostert because of the speed. I mean, but the reality is I think people forget that Elijah Mitchell came out with a 4.3 speed, and well, that's what he ran. He was clocked at. So I think that the comp is pretty good with him and Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
The issue that Elijah Mitchell's always had is he can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm interested to see what happens with Guerrero, and do they try to use him as like a Mostert type, to where, like you said, the one cut and go, and the more on the wide zone, because if they can get him to the edge, and he breaks through, it's to the house. And don't think, if you pay attention to these picks, don't think that there isn't a little bit, just a little bit of copycat mentality here with those guys over there in Miami. This
is the younger Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, they're trying to to me, it seems like Kyle is looking at what they're doing over there in Miami, and he wanted to add some speed, and he sees what they're able to do with the speed. And their quarterback doesn't necessarily have the strongest arm on the planet.
No.
But guess what? If they can get those guys the ball in space, there's a threat to take it to the house every single. And so yeah, all of these picks. But Isaac Guerrero, I'm a firm believer in the pick. I like it. I don't know what this says for Jordan Mason. I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna say that, yeah.
I'm still holding out hope that Jordan Mason can get on the field. But
Isaac Guerrero, block, bro.
One more little point about Isaac Guerrero is not many people he is a good pass blocker.
Yes,
and he can catch passes.
Yes,
so that is an aspect of his game that Mostert didn't have. So it might be he might actually be able to get on the field.
Yeah.
So
one thing about Elijah, what's his name? I'm losing blank.
Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Jordan Mason. He's a great runner through the tackle. He just can't block, and that's why he doesn't see a lot of the field. You were going to make a point.
Runs terrible routes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just real quick, my question is now, okay, is Kyle actually going to use this guy? We all know how Kyle is with running backs.
But if he can't block, they're not going to. This guy can block. So if he can block, he'll get on the field.
That's the thing. And then Elijah Mitchell can't stay healthy. That's why he can't get any carries. If he could stay healthy, he would get some carries. But I feel like Kyle's always trying to save him a little bit and just give him just enough catches. But this guy can block and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. So I think that adds another dynamic to having him on the field. And he's probably going to be in the mix he does kick returns.
Yeah, that's true
as well. So that's another aspect of why he's going to see time. I feel like he's going to see time if let's see what happens in OTAs and camp.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I would rather choose. I mean, it's not going to happen, but I would rather have Mason out there than Eli, to be honest. I don't know. Just by a little bit. If you compare the two, just by a little bit, just because Jordan Mason knows how to break tackles, especially going through the middle as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And, you reference the Miami Dolphins with the speed over there. They have Raheem Mostert. They have Hill that they brought over from the Kansas City because of that speed. And the guy that we're going to talk about after Isaac, I think is our Hill type of receiver, and we'll break that down in a minute. But I'm with you guys. I like this pick. I think this guy can, do the outside. They try to do that a lot with Christian McCaffrey. They're going to do it more with Isaac. So I think if he can continue to block, he'll see the field. And if he breaks through, it's really going to depend on Isaac. Now, I know a lot of people are skeptical with the running backs because of TDP didn't work out, Trey Sermon didn't work out, Williams didn't work out. The Niners have been looking for a big guy. Something about Kyle that loves big guys. They can block. And the other guys that I mentioned cannot block, so they're no longer with the team. If this kid, hopefully this be the kid that can do it all. If he can, he'll definitely see the field. So let's watch the video real quick. And Val Ramos, welcome to the show, my friend. I don't know if you've been here before or not, but welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and watch the video, the highlights of this running back. Let's see what we're getting in him. Here we go. There's an outside you were talking about, Pete.
Yeah.
That is completely a Mostert run style.
Yep.
There you go, right there.
Look at that.
It's like 220 pounds.
He runs with power, man.
Always falling forward.
There you go. All right, let me pause it right here. I love what I saw, guys. I love what I saw. This guy's breaking through. Let's see here. Kenny says he ranked 50th, pass blocking 50, run blocking. That's awesome to hear, man. This kid, if he can block and handle his business, I think he will see the field more than we have seen in the past with other running backs. Hopefully that is the case. Now, this kid here, I am so freaking excited. Yes, he's faster than James Conner, Leon. You're absolutely correct. This kid right here, I started watching tape and really breaking his all 22. I am fired up. He had 13 touchdowns. He's 5'11". Some people say he's 5'8", but I've been hearing a lot of people saying he's 5'11", 175 out of Arizona. He was picked in the 4th round, pick 135. This kid can, not only can he catch the deep ball, he can, juke and make people miss. I would love to see this kid a lot in the screens, but the guy can block. Any receiver the Niners take, you got to block. And if you can't block, you're not going to get the rock, man. So this kid can definitely block, but this guy, man, he's shifty. If he gets the ball on a screen and you block for him, he can be gone to the house. Pete, what are your thoughts when the Niners took this gentleman from Arizona in the 4th round?
Just what we were just talking about is that obviously by this time, once they picked Pearsall, who runs a 4.4, then they picked Garendo, and now then they were picking Cowing. I was like, okay, well, I mean, there's a sea change in what the 49ers are thinking about doing in the future. They're going away from the tough guys and the physical brand of football, and it's going to be more speed. Not that these guys aren't tough, but there's an obvious thing that they're going for, which is they were obviously going for speed, and this is going to give them another dynamic, if you would, when like in the screen game and those underneath crossers, and all the things that we wanted Ray McLeod to do. I think this guy is going to be able to do I would be surprised if it wasn't a little bit higher of a level. And he also returns punts. So
yes,
that's always a plus. And the only reason why he fell this far is because I believe he is 5'8". So it's just going to be how you use him. And at this point is, can he stick it out the whole season without getting broken in half?
Yeah.
He is 175 pounds.
So yeah, a lot of people say he's 5'8". He's and he's just, but though he's a little shift. He kind of reminds me of Spoo. I can't pronounce Sproles, that guy. Yeah, kind of shifty like that. I'm excited to see. What are your thoughts, Brandon, on this kid when we drafted him?
Yeah, I liked it, and like what Pete said. Honestly, you really think about it. These receivers that the Niners got in this draft, they're building for the future, and so like I guess probably see Debo possibly getting traded next year, if anything. But I see this guy really doing the kick return, punt return role like Ray did, and maybe doing some routes as well. every once in a while or whatever. But as long as he doesn't, like Pete said, as long as he doesn't get broken in half, we should be okay. So,
What's up, Terradome in the house?
up,
How you doing,
Terradome?
brother? Yeah, I'm with you. This guy, if he makes you miss, he can be gone. I mean, they're bringing in speed. I would
Yeah.
love. I mean, I like Isaac on the screen. I love this kid doing some screens, man. If you just like I can see Kittle blocking for this kid, and if he gets around that linebacker and he's gone, this guy definitely has speed and he's blocks very well, catches very well. So we'll see how they implement now. The receiver room is crowded. So for those that are big fans of Danny or what's his name, the
Danny Gray.
receiver Danny Gray.
I
Thank
think
you.
he's gone.
I think he's
Yes.
gone, and who knows? Ronnie Bell
Yeah.
might be gone too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we will have to wait and see in that. Leon says he's going to be used for a cheat play. Miami uses with Hill. Hits over
the speed
13
out.
miles.
Okay.
Wow.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can actually see that.
Best,
Best
I can't
acceleration in the draft.
Thank you. I can read, but I can't pronounce it very well. Acceleration. There you go. Gray, bye-bye. Yeah, those guys could be gone. So let's watch the video real quick of this guy and move along. I'm fired up for this kid. Let's see what he does. I really like this kid. Can you guys see him doing a lot of that with the Niners? Ooh-wee.
Yeah. The issue is do the 49ers use him in those ways? Kyle's got to flesh out his drop back game. He doesn't call a lot of that type of stuff.
Maybe
So
he'll do it.
it's,
Hopefully he does it this year. One of the things I like about these two receivers that we took, Pearsall in the first round and this kid in the fourth, is that they both have played 5 years in college and never missed a game due to injury. Imagine that. Never missed a game. Neither one of them in 5 years. So I like that. Definitely. They played a lot of football. So you're right. We'll see what Kyle does and what he schemes with these guys. Hopefully he will be able to utilize them to the best of their ability, because we didn't draft them to sit them on the shelf. This is a year that we got to win it all. And we got to, maybe these guys with the speed is what takes us over the edge. They're not meant to sit on the shelf. So hopefully now that they took a lot of these 24-year-old kids, they start them immediately. So we'll see what happens. Moving on, guys. We're moving on to our next offensive tackle, Jarrett Kingston. He was taken in the 6th round, pick 215. He's 6'4", 305 pounds, college USC. This is more of a death piece, kind of, he might not even make the team, but I like what I saw in tape. I'm going to get your thoughts on him. Brandon, we'll start with you, and then we'll finish it with Pete. What are your thoughts? What do you know about this kid from USC?
So I don't know much about him, but a lot of people were saying that this guy is actually pretty good. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, does he play on right guard?
He's, yeah, he played most of his time on the right side.
Okay.
And he played tackle.
So I think we this guy was pretty good. Once you'll see the video in a little bit here. I'm kind of like, this is what we needed, right? And luckily we got another offensive line guy in the draft, and I'm just hoping this gives the improvement that we need on the O-line. So I'm excited to see what happens, and hopefully all goes well.
Yeah, beat McKivitz, and I'm happy. What are your thoughts, Pete?
Well, first off, he's a guard. He is not going to be a tackle.
But he's played tackle, but guard. No, I hear you. I just want to say what he played.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying he's going to play that for the Niners.
Yeah, his arm length is 32 and an eighth. Like he is. You want to talk about T-Rex arms? Like that's. And
he
he's got
smaller
small
arms than Pooney,
and he's got small hands. Like so, his saving grace and he is bottom 12th percentile in wingspan for an offensive lineman. Like, which is he's going to be a guard. But on the flip side, his athletic numbers were really good. All of his athletic numbers were really good, including his bench, which he was 99th percentile in bench. He had put up 36 reps at his pro day. But 10-yard split, 80th percentile. Short shuttle was 93rd percentile. 40 was a 5.0. He ran a 5.02. I mean, he's athletic for sure. And as I was talking about earlier, that short shuttle is really the telling stat for offensive linemen if you're trying to project what they're going to be in the future. So he could stick. He could stick, and at least as depth in the beginning. And we don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Banks do they really want to stick with Aaron Banks in the future? Now you got Pooney and this guy. It actually creates a lot of questions for the next year or two. So
definitely.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about he's a sixth rounder, right?
Yes, he's taking pick 215.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't really. That's what you're looking for in the sixth and seventh round, in my opinion. Correct. Is traits. It's all about traits. So if you can find a guy with traits, let's go.
Let's go. Let's check out the video. But I'm with you.
Third down and 7 at the 17. Empty backfield. Here's Moss. Sets up a screen. No. Over the middle. And the ball caught. This time is Taj Washington. Touchdown. First down and 10 at the 44. Moss on the play fake. Sprints out. Goes deep. He's got his man. Caught. Touchdown. SC Deuce. Down to the 25. Moss, Branch, still running, hops forward and picks up second down and 8 at the 31. Play fake, Moss steps up in the pocket, avoids contact, and another touchdown for Miller Moss. The lead and the ball, 3rd and 8. At the 36, Miller Moss throws a screen. This time it's Jones, follows his blocks, gets upfield, stays on his feet, and goes down to the 22.
I wish they would have shown. I wish they would have shown more than just screens. I mean, he's not supposed to do too much on screens, so. But
you're right. A 6th-round pick at this point. You're looking at the traits of the individual, and let's see what he does. And he's going to have to earn a spot on the 53s. It's not going to. I think he's more of a practice squad guy. If they like what they see in practice, I think he's and they can call him up. But the fact that one thing I like about Pooney, he can play all 5 positions, and that's nice to have. Because you line him up in the 53. God forbid somebody's go down, he can play. So we are down to our last pick of the 2024 Mr. Linebacker Tatum Bethune. I wouldn't want to say buffoon, but Bethune. Sorry. He's 6'1", 230 pounds out of Florida State, baby. Let's go Seminoles. 7th round pick, 251. What are your thoughts on this kid? I'll bring it up to you, Pete, and then Brandon.
This guy is not much of a coverage guy for sure, which is kind of weird for the 49ers. Now, with that being said, they used to tell us that Al-Shaair couldn't cover.
That's
either.
correct.
But he's a guy that is definitely with a quick trigger downhill. He's sure tackler, plays with some fire. I like it here in the 7th round. So I think it's a typical 49er type of linebacker, like a smaller guy, does have some athleticism to him. And yeah, let's see what he ends up being like after he's been on the practice squad for a year or so.
Yep. What are your thoughts, Brandon?
Same as Pete. We need the as much help as we could get as well. We'll definitely be on the practice squad for a minute. But I think he'll fit in eventually. Like I said, a lot of these draft picks are also for the future as well, not just for right now. So that's probably another reason why they did draft this guy in the last round. And he'll just build up his skill, and eventually he'll make the roster next couple of years. Who knows?
We'll see. All right, let's watch the last tape of him. Let's see what we're getting. Oh, that must have hurt. He's covering pretty good right there.
That's the downhill.
I know.
Come on. Yeah, as long as you keep him at 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that are our 8 guys that we drafted. Next week, we'll talk about the undrafted guys who made it and who can impact someone on the roster. But overall, man, I want to get your grade, Pete, for, and I'm not really a big fan of grades, but everybody's doing it. I'm a guy that believes that, you're going to know in the second or third year what you really got in a player. And I think that's when you really want to grade them at that point. But people do it based on position of need, where they were taken, blah, blah, blah. I remember they gave Patrick Mahomes a C- when he was drafted. And we seen that he's not a C- guy. He already has 3 Super Bowls under his belt. So, but for the sake of just the conversation and what everybody's doing, based on the order they were drafted and the players that we took, Pete, what grade do you honestly give the Niners for these players?
I keep wanting to give it a C+. I keep wanting to give it a C+, just because of where a lot of these guys were drafted and the players that were on the board when they were drafted, especially in the first 3 rounds. And it's but I'm going to give it a B because of the draft as a whole. I think that there's going to be at least three. There's going to be at least three of these players that that actually stick on the team for sure, and may be involved with the game plan this season. So I'm going to give it a B.
All right, a B. And then what do you give them, Brandon?
I'm gonna go with a B as well. I think overall, I think we got what we potentially needed, and yeah, I think, and then they also kind of built for the future as well. So I like the picks overall. I'm gonna say B. I believe PFF gave the Niners a B as well for their draft. So yeah, I think I'll agree with them.
So real quick, I give them a B as well overall. We're going to keep this. We're going to do this kind of since we already broke every individual. We don't need to break it down again. I just want to. I'm going to mention the names individually. Start with you, Pete, and then we'll go. We'll do it with Brandon. Just give me the grade. No explaining. Just A, B, C, or D. First pick, Ricky Purcell. What's your grade?
Grade for that one?
Yes, individually.
I'm gonna say C plus. I'm gonna say
C plus. What about you, Brandon?
I'm gonna say C.
Okay, I'm gonna give them a B for that one. Second pick, Renardo Green. Pete.
For Renardo Green, I'm gonna go C.
All right, C. Brandon.
I'll go B minus.
All right, I do C plus for him. Next one, Dominic Pooney. Your thoughts? What's your grade? Excuse me, Pete.
Pooney, I'm gonna give that one a solid B.
Okay, great. You, Brandon?
I'm gonna go with Pete on this one too. I'm gonna go B.
Likewise, I think we have a tie here. I'm going with B as well. Our next pick, Malik Mustafa. What is your grade, Pete?
That one I'm going to give a B.
Oh, Malik, excuse me.
Malik,
not Malik.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to give that one a B plus. I just like the kid altogether.
Okay, and yours, Brandon?
I'm going with the A on this one.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm going to go with an A as well. I really like this kid, and we'll see how he does. Moving on, Isaac Gorendo. Pete, what's your grade?
B plus for this one as well.
Brandon?
I'll go with B on this one.
Okay, B as well for me. You know what? B plus. I like this kid. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Next guy, Jacob Cowing. What's your grade on him, Pete?
I'm going to go with solid B.
Solid B? I like it. What about you, Brandon?
I'll go B as well.
All right, I'm going to go with A. I like this kid. I think this kid is going to be special when it's all said and done. Maybe just me being wishful, but I like this pick. Jarrett Kingston. Pete, grade.
I'm going to give it a C.
C. All right. Brandon.
I'm going to go C plus.
C plus. Yeah, I'm going to give a C as well. In the sixth round, we'll see how he does. Tatum Bethune, your grade, Pete.
I'm going to give that a C as well.
C. Brandon.
C.
C. Yeah, I'll give him a C as well. He might not even make the team based on the linebackers that we already have. We'll see what happens. I want to let you guys know, thank you for watching the show. Great show today. Awesome show. Everyone in the chat, please give us your grades individually. Put it in the comments. Even if you watch us on a replay, put it in the comments. Let us know your grades individually and as a whole. We would love to see, and we will mention your grades next week on our next show. So the grades that we're going to pick 3 individuals that leaves their grades. And if you're one of the 3, we'll announce your grades. We'll talk about your guys' grades, and we'll enter you for a chance to win a Niner patch for being picked of one of the three. So make sure to give us your grades in the comments and after the show. Not right now, but after the show, go in there and hit the comments and let us know your picks. Real quick before we go, what do you got going on, Pete, on your channel?
I've got my show coming up on Thursday, and this time actually, Mike Andrews, it will be on this one. So yeah, we'll be on about 6:30 Pacific time, and so yeah, check us out. Like we're on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, anywhere where you can get your audio podcast. I don't care where you get it, just get it.
I love it. Brandon, what do you got going on your channel? And where you know where you can find them. They're all on top of him, and they're in the description below. But what you got going on your channel?
Nothing as of yet. I'm trying to get the guys together so we can start doing a show again. But other than that, we'll be back here next Tuesday with Pete and Beto. Like Pete said, subscribe to all our channels: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Kick. I'm on Kick now also. So yeah, and then you want to just listen to the audio, we're on all your podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're not gonna do any Warriors ones?
Nah, not right now.
All right.
Not right now.
Forget about the Warriors. I'm not just kidding. So guys, listen, for myself, on Thursdays, me and Jess from East Coast Red and Gold, we go live instead of Fridays. We used to go live on Friday, and now we go live on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Every Thursday, we have a special guest. We have Sunil from So Real Sports Talk coming on with us on Thursday at 5 p.m. So come and check us out, support the channel, and if you have some free time, kick it with us. We're going to talk. We're going to get Sunil's thoughts in the draft process. We're going to get Jess. You already know mine, but you don't know theirs. So come along and enjoy the channel. Make sure to hit the description. Everybody's channel is in the description below. All you got to do is click on it, and it will take you there. Make sure to like, subscribe to every channel. Support us. We would appreciate, guys. It was fun tonight. We look forward to next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Until then, go Niners, and always
Go Niners.
Remain faithful. Peace.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.